Well, good morning. Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Body Shop Management Tip of the Week, where each week I come to you live, just like right now, with another practical tip that you can apply immediately to help you improve your collision repair business. Listen, if you want to see a bunch of other episodes, we got all sorts of cool topics out there. You can go visit the Dave Luehr YouTube channel and watch all of the episodes of the Body Shop Tip of the Week, the playlist, excuse me. I'm Dave Luehr, your host and the founder of Elite Body Shop Solutions. I'm pumped to be here with you this morning. Today, we're covering a very popular topic, how to deal with that difficult employee. We've all had them. We've had that money-hungry prima donna, or that person that doesn't want to do anything, or they're on their cell phone all the time. Heck, the prima donna, I think that was me at one point. You know, as a young man, I was a painter, and a damn good painter. And I also had the ego to go along with it. I once had a business owner that I worked for. He called me that damn prima donna. That was my nickname around there. The funny thing is I didn't even know what it meant. I had to go look it up in a dictionary. And the dictionary says a very temperamental person with an inflated view of their own talents or importance. Prima donna. Okay, yikes. So listen, a difficult employee, they come in a lot of different forms, don't they? A prima donna can sometimes be your highest performer too, making you lots of money. Another kind of difficult employee is the low performer. And then you have the complainer, the cancer of the shop. How about the energy vampire, the person that seems to suck the energy out of the room every time they walk in? Then there's the careless ones, the ones that are always like breaking all the belt moldings and losing parts and just silly little accidents like that. So building a powerful team, I mean, it's a huge leadership topic, and creating the kind of culture that you want is something that you as a shop leader, you always got to be working on this. It's got to be just an ongoing education for you. But today I'm just going to give you a brief little lesson here. I'm going to show you a couple pointers that you can apply today to help get you started in the right direction. So the first thing I want to say here, number one, is you must hire A players. If you want a team of A players, you got to hire A players. And today, I want you to make a decision that from now on, you're only going to hire A players. You're no longer going to settle for poor performers. Okay. So you got to take the time to find the people that are going to best fit your culture, right? No more settling. A players mean more than just skill level too. Doesn't it also mean having a good attitude towards the work and towards being a valuable part of the team? All right. So number two, right? This is where you have to take some personal responsibility. You must build a culture that's worthy of retaining A players and know how to treat them. When you have A players and you surround them with people who have bad attitudes or are allowed to perform low quality work, what do you think is going to happen to your A players? That's right. They're either going to underperform or they're going to go find another job where they can perform with other A players. It's your job to create an environment that's going to attract and keep these A players. Now, here are some things that these people want, your A players. And in our Operations Monthly Live program, we call this the 4-part framework to employee engagement. So take some notes, right? I know it's Monday morning, but get your journal out, get a pen, and write some of this stuff down because it's really going to help you. See, when it comes to technicians, they want to be where the work is and the chaos isn't. That, my friends, is a Bruce Kingism, as I call it. But in my opinion, before we can start blaming our people, our employees, for their behaviors, we must make sure that we have our own house in order first. We must create that environment that allows for high performance. Have you ever thought about it like that? So here's a couple things that you can do. I'm going to give you 4 pointers here. Number 1 is relevance. So first, your team members need to know that they matter as individuals, right? Are they just a number to you, or do they really matter? Do they understand how important their service is to the company, or do they feel anonymous? Okay. Number 2, meaningful work. Do your people feel like the work that they perform matters? Okay. Do they feel like they're merely wrenching on a car in exchange for a buck, or have you, as their leader, made sure this person knows that the difference that their work is making in some customer's life, right? Third one, number 3, clear expectations. Do they know whether they're doing a good job or not? Pretty much every high performer wants to know how they're performing against a set standard. So a couple things that you can do here as a leader to make this happen is, first of all, you got to give them clear expectations in the form of great communication. You can't communicate enough with high performers. And the second thing here is regular feedback on their performance relevant to your standards. So if people know what your standards are and you give them feedback on whether they're performing to that standard or not, this is another thing that high performers are looking for. Finally, number 4, and I always have a lot of fun with this one, it's gamify your business. Gamify. People spend a huge chunk of their lives at work, don't they? Why not just make it a little bit fun? We call this gamifying the business. As a team, don't you think you're going to get a lot more engagement and performance when everybody knows, first of all, what the game is and what it means to win? And they always know what the score is. This also can be done through great communication, right? So they need to know what the game is, what it means to win, and what the current score is for your business to be gamified. Now, you know this as well as I do. Most people will work harder on their recreation than they will on their job. Why is that? So go figure out how you can keep score for your team and make it a little bit more game-like. Okay. I know that we are mostly talking about how to hire the best people so you don't need to deal with difficult people in the first place. Doesn't that make sense? I'm fairly proud that I've only had to fire a few people in my entire career. And most of those were because I was hired to perform a company turnaround, and some of those people just needed to go. But a lot of owners and managers have a tendency to put up with, complain, or essentially tolerate poor performance. Not me, man. Even though I hate confrontation as much as the next guy, I hate mediocrity even more. And you've got to quit settling for mediocrity. You must confront poor performance immediately by becoming people's coach and offering feedback to people so they always know how they're doing compared to the standards of the company. I've had some people quit on me, sure. And most of these people are still friends because they knew that they were unable to perform at the level that I expected. See, I didn't need to fire them. They made the decision to quit because I was so clear in my communication on what my expectations of them. So, as I think about it, even though I may have been a prima donna, back in the old days when I was a painter, heck, I know I was a little cocky back then, but it was the owner that I was working for, his complete disregard of the leadership techniques that we were just discussing made me so unhappy to work there that I quit and went out and started my own business. All right. So basically, because he was a poor leader, I became his competitor instead of what could have been a valuable asset to this person. So listen, the competitive landscape, it's tougher than ever in our industry. Those who will dominate need to build the best teams. You can't grow without a good team, right? I think that that's common sense, but it's not always common practice. If you're not already a part of our growing Operations Monthly Live community, you might want to check it out because we have hours of recorded training on culture, how to build a powerful team for your collision repair business. And along with this, you get to be a part of our monthly live training where I teach a new management training topic every month. And while you learn alongside the community of many of North America's best operators, it's really a lot of fun and you'll learn a lot. So to learn more about this, just visit our academy. It's Elite Body Shop Academy at elitebodyshopsolutions.com/academy. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed. Guys, thanks again for joining me today. I'm Dave Luehr, the founder of Elite Body Shop Solutions, and I can't wait to see you guys again next week. Thank you.